Hi, loves. How are you? Happy Sunday. All right, let's just let everybody get on here. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Just let everybody get out. I'm going to say hi in the chat box. Let me know who's here, who is around. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Just gonna let everybody get in here. How's your all's day going? Mine's good. I got to sleep in today, which was so nice. It's been so hot here, like it's been all over the country recently. And then we had a thunderstorm in the evening yesterday, and it was so nice. I was like, oh, so awesome. A little reprieve from the hot weather. All right. We got 28 people in here. Let me say who's here. Say hi in the chat box. As you could tell by the title of this video, we're talking all about retinol today. Retinol, retinaldehyde, retinoic acid, Retin-A, just plain old retinols. We're going to break it down today. And this is just coming from my personal experience and my personal research, being an esthetician and all of those good things. And talk to some doctors and all that stuff. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of this might not be super popular. I'll just be honest. My opinion might not be super popular. And so all I'm doing here is just providing the information, and you guys can make your own personal decision on how you want to proceed with using retinols in your skincare routine. All right. I'm going to get my phone really quickly because I don't see anybody in the chat section, and I don't know if that is my doing or not. So that would not be good if I can't see anybody in the chat section. Let me grab my phone and ask Marie. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Okay, so that might not be amazing for today because this is all about really talking back and forth between everybody and all of you guys. So I am wondering if I need to just stop this stream and come right back in. Marie says yes. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just don't go anywhere. It's going to start right again. So I can see everyone restart. Okay, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere because I'm really excited about today's conversation, so don't go There we are. There we are. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. We think we got it. I can see everybody now. Hooray. Hooray. Can you all hear me? Okay, perfect. We think we got. Okay, perfect. We have just started. Sorry, we're a few minutes late. We had some technical difficulties. Oh, it hasn't officially started as of yet. Okay, perfect. I can see everyone. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Marie. Hey, Gabby. Hey, Robbie. Dessa. I love that name, by the way. I call my daughter Dessa because she's named after my grandmother. Her name is Odessa, and I call her Dessa. Hey, April. Hey, Helen. We got everybody back in. Fantastic, you guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me. It seems like we have an issue with that every single time, so sorry. Hey, Robbie. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Dolly. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Debbie R. Hey, guys. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. So today we're going to be talking all about, if you haven't heard me, we're talking about retinols. We're talking everything about retinols. We're talking about my personal opinion on retinols, why I stopped using Retin-A, why I will not use it again. And it's probably going to be a really unpopular live stream or opinion. So I ask you to bear with me and take the information in as I give it to you, and then make your own decision on what's going to be best for you and how you want to proceed. And that's all my channel ever is I try to give you the best researched and vetted information so you can be really educated and make the best decisions for you. Okie dokie. I also want to just do two quick housekeeping things. First of all, I just started using, over the past couple of days, everybody asked me to get the Australian Gold Mineral Lotion, non-greasy, antioxidant rich, SPF 50. I have the tinted one. It's actually very good. The ingredients are not great. Although it is hyperallergenic, it is fragrance free, PABA free, phthalate free, no animal testing, dermatologist tested. So it has some good benefits to it, but when you look at the ingredients, they're better than a lot of sunscreens I've seen. But just an FYI, I've been using this, I've been enjoying it, but it's not super, super amazing in the ingredient place. As you know, if you've watched some of my past videos, I am going to be starting up my Ask the Doctor series again, which I know you absolutely loved. I was so excited to kind of start this and let it out into the public last year. And I told you that it would be coming again at the end of this year, but this time it's going to be driven by you. It's going to be driven by all of your questions. So if you guys can do me a favor and watch my community tab on my page, it says community at the top of my channel. Next week on Monday, or so tomorrow, I will be putting up a question for you guys, or a place for you guys to load in all of your questions for these amazing experts. And then if there is some people that you want me to ask to do this with me, please put their names in that as well. And all that directions will be in the community tabs page, so I can have it all in one place. And it's going to be driven by you guys. So I'm very excited about this. All right, we have some trolls in here today. All right, so I'm really excited about that. And I can't wait to hear your suggestions and your comments. And I'm going to try to get everybody on video this time to do their responses to the questions. Okay, wonderful. Lisa said, I wondered, what did Lisa say? She said, I wondered the same thing. I'm not quite sure. Jones knows. Lisa Hart, I wonder the same thing. I don't have any appeal. Okay, so we're going to get through this, guys. Thanks, Marie. We are going to get through this. And again, it's not going to be a super, you guys are probably going to be like, with me. But again, this is just my perspective, and I hope you enjoy it. I love you all so much, honestly. This community has just been so amazing and growing by the day. I feel so, so blessed. Okay, so let's start out with, I'm going to do a brief history on what retinols are. Honestly, everybody has talked about this. You can find this information on the internet. All retinols are a vitamin A derivative, okay? Vitamin A is very important for the skin. It's very important for internal health as well. Vitamin A is one of those ingredients that has been around for a long time in all of its forms and has been used successfully for many people for, I mean, gosh, a lot, a long time. And it now, though, is coming in so many different forms that it can get kind of confusing. So the most basic form is just straight Retin-A. Then you have retinols, okay, that need to have some sort of chemical process that breaks down in the skin to break it down into retinoic acid, okay? Retinoic acid is what the body produces, and that's basically what your prescription strength Retin-A is. And that's just the name brand. There's tons of different ones. The tretinoid, there's just so many prescription strength vitamin A derivatives. And that is what retinoic acid is. So retinoic acid is pure retinoic acid is your prescription strength, okay? Then you have the retinols, like I said, which need to be converted in the body 3 times to get to retinoic acid. And what all that means is that becomes less effective the more times it has to transpire itself into retinoic acid, okay? And then you have things like, obviously, like we said, Retin-a and its derivatives, and that is just pure retinoic acid. Then you have retinaldehyde, which is what is in osmosis vitamin A. Now, retinaldehyde is a much more gentle but yet effective. It's been studied many times. The ingredient has actually clinically been studied to be extremely effective, more effective than retinols in general, and much more gentle. And the reason why is because it only needs one conversion into retinoic acid. Retinaldehyde is one of my favorite vitamin A derivatives. Now, then you have just straight vitamin A, and that's going to be the most gentle form of vitamin A. So that's going to be your rosehip oil, okay? That is definitely a form of vitamin A, and that's going to be super gentle. It's also, it takes a lot longer to kind of do what you want to do in the skin. And that's, again, like I said, it's just really gentle. It's more for the people that are just starting out exploring with retinols. Thank you all so much for the love. I appreciate that in the comments section. But there are a lot of studies that are coming out right now that are really having a hard time with validating the safety of retinols, okay? And I want you guys to look into it. I want you guys to do your own research. Retinols actually have been limited, if not completely banned, by the EU, which is the European Standards of Cosmetic Ingredients, what they can put in their ingredients and what they can't. It is been limited because of the amount of information coming out about the hormone disruptor potential of retinols and all of its derivatives, okay? The history or the study of retinaldehyde, though, is not as supported for the toxicity as other retinols and Retin-a and all of its prescription strength derivatives. So I hope that makes sense. And so what I do is how I go about, measuring ingredient safety is I go to the EU. And I'll put this in the description box after everything's done. The EU puts it out there in plain format of the ingredients that are either banned or limited. And that's how I gauge. Our FDA, in my opinion, is great for a lot of things, but they've only banned, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, about 14 ingredients here in the US, and there are over 1,000, if not more, close to 2,000 ingredients that are banned in Europe. Not to mention they have banned animal testing altogether. And so if you really want, and these are all backed by clinical studies, you guys, these are not like airy-fairy, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, this is like the European, Union. This is what they have tested and studied for many years. And these are the ingredients that they find toxic, potentially toxic, and potentially harmful. So if you really want a really great breakdown of what needs to be in products and what's safe, as much as possible as the research we have available to us, you can go to the Google search of EU cosmetic ingredients. Like you could just say cosmetic ingredients or cosmetic ingredients banned, and it's really there. It's really great. Okay. So the reason why I stopped using Retin-a, and the main reason I will say, is because I don't love how harsh it is on the skin, okay? Some people can tolerate it, but I think that there are enough videos and articles on YouTube saying, and I said it before too, after before I started really doing, this research, is that you just got to work through it. You got to work through it. You got to go through the pain. You got to go through the peeling. You got to go through the inflammation. You got to go through the redness. You got to go through, the kind of hurt on the skin to get to where you need to be able to use Retin-a or all of its derivatives, okay? All of its prescription strength derivatives. And I found myself, my skin it wasn't getting better. And I mean, I didn't have a ton of flaking, but I thought to myself, man, If I'm using this every single day and it is basically causing inflammation, redness, sensitivity, those are words as an esthetician when somebody tells me, no matter what the product is, you know what, my skin was tender, my skin was flaking, my skin was red, my first reaction is to be like, stop, whatever you're doing, stop it right now. Those are not words that you want to hear going on with your face, okay? Now, yes, Retin-A or retinoic acid is the gold standard in anti-aging right now and acne. It has been long studied for its benefits of anti-aging, wrinkles, acne scars, pigmentation, things of that nature. So I'm not going to discount it that it's not effective and that doesn't have like tons of research behind it, because it does, okay? It absolutely does. But you also need to look into why it's making your skin feel that way. So for me, I decided to go, as you know, along about, I don't know, 7, 8 months ago, I decided to go the more gentle route on my skin. I just found it to be more productive to my skin. My skin looked better when I started to go more gentle. It's all about consistency. So making sure you're using all of those great ingredients. And I just find myself leaning more towards non-toxic products. Retin-A, the brand, tretinoin, all of those, if you guys look at the ingredients, they're not amazing. There's a lot of preservatives and a lot of parabens. Propylene glycol is in there. A lot of other things that don't need to be in there. And it really hasn't changed from the very first time it came out. So we are relying on this as a gold standard, being that it has not changed, or they have not gone back in to reformulate this since it came back out many, many, many years ago. So we're relying on old research. Okay, yes, because it works. But does that make sense? What I'm saying is that you have to really look at it whether it works for you or not. Now, should you be using Retin-A every day? I don't think so. I think it's like the gym. I don't think you should be using retinols every day or retinaldehyde every day. I just don't. I mean, you can, but you don't have to, because it's like the gym. So you're doing this to your skin with some sort of form of vitamin A. You're causing cellular turnover and you're pushing your skin to function more healthily. And then you need to take a break. And then that's when the skin regenerates itself. It's just like going to the gym. So you're not going to go to the gym every single day and lift maybe if you want to, but like the best way for your body to really build muscle and become a lot more healthy is work out one day super hard, or maybe a couple days in a row, and then have a rest day. You need to have a rest day because that is when your muscles, right, kind of grow and get stronger. And that is what you're really looking for, is on the rest day. So think of it as the same way as your skin, okay? I didn't have, again, like I said, I didn't have a ton of peeling. I didn't have these horrible side effects from Retin-A. I just found myself thinking to me, well, it is causing some inflammation. And no, inflammation in the body is not amazing, whether it's on your skin or inside. Inflammation we want to stay away from. And so why would I be trying to cause injury to my skin? And then also it's a toxic ingredient in my opinion. It just is, okay? So let's talk about some alternatives, okay, and where I have turned, all right? And I will talk you through how I still use my vitamin A derivative, but how I have changed it because I am personally trying to go more of a all retinols included, all retinols, okay? That's all vitamin A derivatives, that's even retinaldehyde, okay? Although I do feel it's the safest. If you're gonna go a form of retinol, you go retinaldehyde. It's also become clinically proven to be almost as effective, if not as effective, as the lower strength of Retin-A, and it's a fantastic ingredient. And the way that Osmosis has, formulated it is that they encapsulated it in a lipid. So it's able to actually penetrate the skin's surface and do what it's supposed to do. And there's only one type of changeover to retinoic acid. So that's what we want. We want as least amount of transformations into retinoic acid for it to be effective, okay? I just want you guys to be very educated on this. So whenever you're looking at a retinol product, look at what kind of retinol it is. Okay, that's going to be important for you to know. Now, there are some great, just straight, vitamin A. If you want to just go super natural and super gentle, you're going to go rose hip all day long. Okay, that's what you're going to do. You're going to do rose hip oil all day long. That is going to be a very safe, gentle, and effective vitamin A derivative. Okay, it's going to be great. So, yeah. So I just, if you want something really, really natural, that's what we're going to do. Okay. And then we're going to talk about one of my favorite natural alternatives that actually has clinical backed studies. Okay. This is a natural alternative, you guys. I'm sure you guys have heard other people talk about this, but we have never talked about this on my channel, and I thought it was about time. It actually has clinical back studies, and again, I will put those in the description box for you to look at. This is one of the only natural ingredients that we have ever had clinical back studies on its effectiveness, okay? And it is called, and I'll write it in the description box, or in the description box, of course, but I'm gonna write it into the chat box so you can get the word that I am going to say in 1 second. Where is it? Let me just get you all down here. All right. Okay, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this, okay? And it's, I believe how you say this alternative is Bakuchiol, and it is an amazing ingredient. I'm just gonna pull up all of my notes. I have all of my notes here next to me. This is called Bakuchiol, and it is an extract of the Bakuchiol or Bukaichi plant. I'm saying that totally wrong, but bear with me here. And it's been long used in Ayurvedic medicine, which is a holistic approach to healing. Okay, it is part of how I do my skincare practice. Is I do some Ayurvedic medicine or Ayurvedic skincare. It's promising for 2 reasons. Bakuchiol is one of the few alternatives for which studies have backed up the pseudo-retinol effects of anti-aging and skin brightening. One study in the British Journal of Dermatology found that it could reduce signs of sun damage equally as well as retinol, while other papers in International Journal of Cosmetic Science reported improvements in lines and wrinkles, skin elasticity, pigmentation. There's also a dermatologist out of UC Davis who led a recent study comparing Bakuchiol and retinol, says that these results are because Bakuchiol seems to be activating the genes that regulate collagen and stimulate elastin production. This is the same ones that retinol activates as well. So it's working on the same cellular level to do the same thing that retinols do, but in a much safer, gentler way. I mean, how exciting is that? I just find that to be so exciting. And one of my favorite products, and we'll go through a few products here in a second. Yes, I will. Paulette, give me a second on that. I'll talk about Cacay Oil in a second. And my favorite product with Bakuchiol in it is the Biossance Squalane Phyto-Retinol Serum. Okay, this is by far, yes, it's pricey, and I'm sure I'll talk about some other alternatives, but this is a beautiful retinol alternative Bakuchiol serum. It is, and it has squalene in it, so it's going to be hydrating and moisturizing, but this is what I use. And again, stick with me, guys, follow me along here, and I will show you how I use all of these products, okay? There is the new Beauty Counter. Beauty Counter just launched. I know a lot of you guys love that brand. Just launched their new skincare line. They have also said that they no longer will use retinols in their line. And again, you're going to hear more about this as time progresses and as we get more educated in the potential toxicity effects of all retinols. And that is where they have gone. So their brand new serum, that's the retinol alternative that it has in it, is the Bakuchiol. There's also an amazing new one from Herbivore. Herbivore just launched one with Bakuchiol in it. OLEHENRIKSEN, I'm pulling up all of my ingredients or my products here as well. So OLEHENRIKSEN Glow Cycle Retin Alt, which means Retinol alternative, Power Serum. So this has actually AHAs and just AHAs in it, as well as it has Bakuchiol in it. And that is a great one. I haven't tried it, but I looked at the ingredients. It looks pretty darn good. I would say that the one from OLEHENRIKSEN is probably better suited for normal to oily skin, and the Biossance one is from dehydrated to normal skin. I'm sure combination could use it as well. You're also going to see a product, and I'm going to put it in here. This is a, hold on, let me pull this up here. This is a patented ingredient by a company. And if you see this, and I don't know why, I mean, I understand why they patent ingredients, but if you see this, just know that it is Bakuchiol, but they have patented it into their own kind of blend of it. But that's big right now. The Ordinary also, I believe, has an alternative. And again, once this goes live, if you rewatch this, check in the description box and I'll have all of those listed below. But I did reach out to Biossance because I didn't want to speak out of turn. And I wanted to make sure that this was formulated appropriately, okay, with the amount of Bakuchiol, which I believe it's supposed to be at 5%. I reached out to them and they said, yes, it's obviously a proprietary blend, so they can't tell me exactly how much, but they got my drift. And they said, yes, it is formulated with the appropriate amount of Bakuchiol to be effective. Same with Herbivore. And I found it to be really awesome that they actually responded to me and thought that I wasn't crazy. They appreciated that I asked. So reach out to companies and ask and see. Most of them will respond to you. So I hope I didn't lose anybody here. And these are all obviously very clean products. This one is probably one of the cleanest retinol alternatives that I have found besides Herbivore. It's pretty darn clean as well. Okay, so let's make sure that we got everybody here, that I didn't lose anybody along here. I know it's a lot of information, you guys, but that's how we do it in the Elle Squad. Provide a ton of products ton of information here. So then let's talk about cacao oil. Cacao oil has more vitamin A than rosehip oil, okay? But it's not as gentle. That's why I didn't start with that. So cacao oil is also another alternative, a vitamin A alternative form. I've used it for a long time. I since have stopped just because I'm doing other things. But it's more aggressive, guys. It's not your gentle form of rosehip oil where it's just kind of light and airy and easy breezy. Cacao oil is a lot more active, and it usually needs to be buffered on top of something, and it usually needs a time to work its way up. But again, non-toxic and a different, that kind of form of vitamin A, okay? The same vitamin A is going to be in your retinol oil as well. Okay, that has a retinol alternative in it as well. Okay, thanks, Helen. I appreciate it. So that's my kind of tidbit on that. Now, I want to give you a few other ones to understand and maybe look into, and they're going to kind of, I think they might shock you a little bit. And these are alternatives to retinols. Okay, hold on, I'm pulling them up in my notes here. And also, too, this is good for somebody, this information is good if you can't handle any retinols. Because there's a lot of people out there that just can't handle any retinol. So these are good alternatives for you. Vitamin B3, as we know of niacinamide. Niacinamide is also another alternative that you can use in place of a retinol. Studies actually have been done on vitamin B3. There are a lot of studies done on this ingredient. Studies show that vitamin B3 dramatically reduces the appearance of dark spots, which is one of the big fames to claim of especially your prescription strength retinols, or Retin-a, or your tretinoin. It has a long history of safe use in skincare and offers wrinkle-reducing benefits like retinol, but without the risk of retinol dermatitis, which is that inflammation, that itchy skin, that, sore to the touch, flaky skin. That's what a retinol dermatitis is. How exciting is that? Because we all love our good niacinamide. I mean, I do. Also, squalane. Okay, these are all ingredients we've talked about on our channel. Squalane is fantastic. It's a natural occurring oil in the skin's own lipid barrier. Squalane helps or helps prevent moisture loss. Production of squalene slows after age 30, so it's helpful additive to skincare. That is why Biossance has created a whole line around it. It's also an antioxidant with purported, I believe is the word, antibacterial properties. And that's also what retinol is. It has antibacterial properties. That's why they use it for acne. And it is when it is used, it reduces the appearance of dark spots, wrinkles without causing photosensitivity, which is another drawback of almost all retinols, and specifically your prescription strength Retin-a and your prescription strength derivatives of retinoid. So I thought that was fantastic. I just love that. And the one I would tell you, though, is to get the squalene that is not from shark liver, okay? But there are vegan options, which is what I do, and that's what Biossance does, and it's from olives. All right. And then another, I hope you're all writing this down or looking in the description box after I'm done. There's also one that Eminent Skincare, which is a non-toxic, really fantastic quality line that they use on a lot of med spas. And then they use the ingredient black elder. And this ingredient is in a lot of their products. And black elder is a strong antioxidant. It provides flavonoids, and these effects on the skin are for the softening of the skin, which is also what Retin-a is supposed to do. It is a skin brightener, this black elder, and so it's basically seen as a natural alternative to retinol. So that's why you'll see that in the ingredients in Eminent Skincare a lot. Black elder is also the source of elderberries, which are often used to boost the immune system. So it's going to also boost the immune system of the skin. The flavonoids that are in black elder have they're strong antioxidants as well, and its anti-edema qualities help fight puffiness. Qualities help fight puffiness. So that's why black elder is in a lot of ingredients quite often. And yeah, so that is some of the other alternatives, and I'll put a few more in the description box for you to look at. There's also mango butter because it has high levels of beta-carotene. So how this all works is that beta-carotene, let me explain to you. So beta-carotene actually is how the body turns into a natural retinoic acid. So you're looking also for products that have a lot of beta-carotene in them. So mango butter, high levels of beta-carotene, seaweed extract, sunflower oil. We all know that is one of my favorites because it's high level of beta-carotene, and chicory root. And those are some also natural alternatives that you can look into and see in your ingredient list. And again, these will all be in the description box, okay? Fantastic, you guys. And again, this is going to be a different alternative view. There are going to be a lot of different dermatologists that you see out there in the world as well as online, and they will have a completely different opinion on this topic, that they will see Retin-a as the gold standard, that, oh, it does not have any toxicity, that you just need to get through it. So again, this is just my opinion. My opinion on skincare is a lot more gentle, clean, non-toxic, and that's just my approach. So I hope that I provide an alternative view that you can make your own best decision on that. All right, so let's get into some questions. Yes, Tammy, sunscreen is always first, but before makeup, but anything that needs to go on under sunscreen is all skincare, guys. So that's all of your skincare. It goes underneath sunscreen. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kimberly. Really appreciate it. Okay, so her opinion, Nicole Jean says tea. It's her opinion and suggested way to go. That's why she's, okay. I don't know what we're talking about, but sure. We need to find out more information on the Bakuchiol as well. So I just gave you tons of information on Bakuchiol and why it's effective. Again, I will put in the information in the information box so you guys can look it up. I also strongly recommend going to the EWG, which is the Skin Deep. It's a database. It's a cosmetic database. And look at the rating score for retinol and all vitamin A. The first thing you'll see is that its score is 9, and that's a pretty high on their toxicity reading. This is just their opinion. An overall hazard of this ingredient is pretty high. So I recommend, and I'll put that into the description box as well so you guys can look at that. And make your own educated opinion, okay? There's going to be a lot of people that do not agree with me, okay? There's going to be a lot of people, and that's okay. That's what makes this amazing, okay, is there is a lot of people that will not agree with each other, and so you can make your own opinion. All right, so let's get back to some questions. Good, I'm so glad you found this fascinating, you guys. I appreciate it. Somebody's asking, is Drunk Elephant safe since it's a vegan retinol? That's going to be something that I have to look into it. I'm not quite sure the actual vitamin A derivative in Drunk Elephant. I'll try to do some research today and put it into the description box. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. Squalane before sunscreen. Yes, my love. Elle, she was talking about Dr. Dre's opposing opinion. Okay, yeah, totally. I mean, you'll have to understand that Dr. Dre and I don't see eye to eye, and I'm not discounting her at all. Again, it's just like when you go to a doctor for maybe an ailment, everybody's going to have a different opinion usually for you, and that's why a lot of people get second and thirds opinions. You can think of it like this. All right. Mary says, are you using Botox anymore? I actually have not had Botox for 5 months. And so it's already completely gone. Am I going to get it again? Yes. But I just haven't found a new person here, and I just don't go to anybody. You know, I want to make sure. So Sandra, if you just joined us, the hazards of Retin-a are, it's been shown to be a potential, and I use the word potential because I need to, as I don't want to get in trouble, but it has a potential of being a hormone disruptor. That's a big deal, especially, in women. Hormone disruptors, we don't want to mess around with that. And it has been clinically proven to be a potential hormone disruptor. And that's also what's a side effect on the EWG website, as well as a potential cancer causing. Again, potential cancer causing. But most of the time, most people don't do it. And it's hazardous because of the side effects that it creates on the skin, i.e. peeling. Skin darkening can actually happen when using Retin-a and all of its other derivatives. It can flaking, inflammation. So those are the reasons why. Nancy, I have a whole video on rosacea. But if you're looking for an alternative for rosacea, you need to look into Bakuchiol. So the Biossance or your favorite alternative, but Bakuchiol is safe for rosacea clients, absolutely. Pam, give me 1 second. We're going to talk through my routine in just 1 second. Albutrin it's a derivative, Kim, of all of the prescription strengths. So it's, in my opinion, I don't find it to be worth using because of the potential side effects of it. Same with Differin, guys. Same with Differin, Heidi. But a lot of people have had a lot of success with Differin, man. I mean, a lot of people have had success with Differin. That's probably the least of my concerns. I'll be very honest with you. Differin, probably, I would be like, nah, sure. It's the least of my concerns on this whole thought topic, okay? Good. I'm so glad, Laura, that Retin-a is working for you, my love. Good, good, good. Yeah. Perfect, Debbie. Thank you. How would you suggest finding a good place for Botox? I actually did a whole video on Botox and what I do and how to find one, but my big thing is you need to talk to people that have actually had it done. So you need to start talking to people and asking if they have had Botox done or fillers, and you need to outsource that to them. Like, hey, how does theirs look? That other thing too. Also, if you go into our Facebook group, a lot of people live from all over the parts of the world, and they'll able to help you find people that they have used. All right. How long will a bottle of Biossance last? It's on the packaging, guys. It's a little tiny, it looks like a jar, and it looks like a jar, and it has a number in it. Okay. And it was, I'm sorry, there's some stuff going on in the chats right now. Basically, it's a little jar on the box, and it gives you a number, and that's how long it's good for. I can't be sure exactly how long this is good for. I would say probably a year. I'm sure it probably has a shelf life of a year, but I could be wrong. But I keep mine in the fridge. My cosmetic fridge is so packed to the gild. There's also another one that I want to quickly talk about, which is the Truth Treatments retinol. And that is not a retinol alternative, but it is very well formulated. So I'm just going to leave that there. Dr. Ben Fuchs has formulated his really well. It has 5 ingredients. There's no preservatives. So that's the other thing. Like if you're looking for, if all those other concerns don't bother you, like potential hormone disruptors and things like that, because that's okay. Some people don't, some people have been using it and they don't care and it's good. Like, that is a really clean retinol is Truth Treatments. It's expensive, but boy, it's 5 ingredients. No preservatives like that are in prescription strength Retin-As. No other toxic ingredients, new ways of delivering the retinol. So I'm just saying that might be one to look into. Peter Thomas Roth Fusion PM. I would have to look into it, Tammy, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'd have to look into it. Did you know Botox is a potential? Absolutely, Martine. I do know that it's a potential toxin for sure. You pick and choose what you want to spend your money on and toxins into your body. That for me is something that I enjoy using. Barbara, I did a Skincare Sunday live on Botox. Just put in Botox Elle Leary and it'll come up there, baby girl. Okay. Cheaper version of Tatcha Essence. Mimi, go and sorry I'm saying this, but go and search on my channel and put in affordable skincare, Elle Leary, and I have 2 kind of close dupes to the Tatcha, and they're both by Kosar X. All right. Yep, SoCal girl, SoCal rocker gal, Truth Treatments Retinol is my holy grail. Yep. Okay. Perfect. PTR has fragrances. I'm not quite sure on the ingredients. Usually most of his products do. Do I like facial steamers? Sure. I don't ever use them at home, but sure. Mad Hippie Skincare, Deborah, is fantastic. It's just over the counter. So it's not going to have super, that's for me, like when you go Mad Hippie, like go for that for like cleansers, maybe some acids, moisturizers, things like that. I wouldn't necessarily go to Mad Hippie for vitamin C or any kind of niacinamide or things like that. Sunday Riley sleeping oil. Yes, that is also a natural retinol alternative. I don't recommend hardly any Sunday Riley products, to be honest with you, unfortunately. I don't love some of the messaging from the company, but that's just my personal opinion. Osmosis, I already talked about. I use Osmosis, okay? Bakuchiol you can mix with pretty much anything. It's not, you don't need to like think that you can't mix it with anything. Okay, so Curology, Robbie, is a prescription strength Retin-A. Yeah, so that's your choice. And they're a great company. They're fantastic. I'll answer one more question, then I'll talk about my routine. Do you do microneedling roller over your face at night? No. Rhonda, I don't believe in microneedling at home. I think that's something that should be done in the presence of a doctor, just for so many different reasons. Okay. Sure, Tammy, no problem. Still not using vitamin C. Which one, Kimberly? Well, my favorite vitamin C is the Lemieux vitamin C. That's my favorite one. Okay, so let's talk about Bakuchiol. Okay, Bakuchiol is safe for pregnancy. It's claimed as safe for pregnancy because it is not a vitamin A, okay? But I want you to check with your doctor. I cannot say for sure that it is safe for your situation. So I would love for you to speak with your doctor about that. Yes, there is formaldehyde in Sunday Riley, yes. Okay, ready. Jenny, by the way, I am loving the Catalyst 11 from Osmosis. Fantastic. Okay. Cheryl says, can you explain about the ingredients in Mad Hippie vitamin C isn't good? No, it's not necessarily about the ingredients in Mad Hippie vitamin C. It's the use of ascorbic acid, which is like one of the cheapest versions of vitamin C that you can get. There's a lot more elevated versions of it that are more effective. That's all. Okay, so let's talk about my routine. Oh my gosh, we have so many people in here. Fantastic. Welcome, welcome. So many people in here. It's great. So what my routine looks like is that every night I change between certain things. So one night I will use my Catalyst AC11 from Osmosis. and I will mix it with, not mix it together, but I will do my retinol serum on the same night. Then if you guys watch me on Instagram, I will show you that I'm now trying, it's an Is Clinical Lightening Serum. So then it has like a BHAs in it and a couple other things. It's a hydroquinone version that, I mean, there's no hydroquinone in it. I'm trying that for pigmentation because I'm trying to do a new pigmentation routine. So then the next night I will use my, my Catalyst AC11 and my skin lightening serum from Is Clinical. And then I will go back and forth. And then 1 to 2 times a week, I will replace my Osmosis Vitamin A Level 3 serum from this. So I will use my Vitamin A and my Catalyst, both from Osmosis, once to 2 times a week. And yeah, maybe I would say probably more 1 time a week. Okay, because I love that. So that's how I balance them. Okay, yep, perfect. All right, Tracy, you're so cute. Yeah, I mean, the Catalyst AC11 has some of the best reviews in a skincare product I've ever seen. If you want me to talk about that, you guys, well, I could do a whole video on it or a Skincare Sunday Live on it. All right, cool. What are the last few questions before I run out of here? Since we've actually been talking for a while, I mean, it's a big topic, you guys, again, and I'm sorry if I am the unpopular one. I apologize. But yeah, Ordinary's niacinamide is fantastic. The one I use right now, and I'm super loving, there are a few things in the ingredient list that I'm not super happy about, but it's the Glossier Super Pure Niacinamide and Zinc Serum. The Ordinary is probably just as good, but I love this. This is really working well for me. Why does vitamin C break some people out? Allison, that's a great question for a lot of different reasons. It can be that it's not well formulated. It could be that it's too high of a vitamin C percentage, okay? Some people think that vitamin C needs to be at like 30%. That's pretty aggressive for the skin. And so that can be a reason why it breaks people out. Some people also just can't use many different forms of vitamin C. So like L-ascorbic acid, some people can't use. And it really, it breaks their skin out. So, you know, there's a lot of different reasons for it. That's why there's not only one form of vitamin C. There are so many different types. Great questions, guys. I love it. This is America, and opinions are right. Yours are fact-based. Thanks, babe. I appreciate it. You are welcome, Debbie. I really appreciate it. What about Maylove Glow Maker? Jennifer, I've used Maylove for a very long time. I support the brand and I support the founder. Jackie is one of the most kindest, warm, loving people I have ever met in this industry. Her vitamin C is fantastic for the price point. If you're looking for a well-formulated, well-priced vitamin C, that is where I would start, is with Maylove, okay? They have L-ascorbic acid, ferulic acid, and I believe vitamin E in their serum. But again, there are higher level forms of vitamin C, okay? So it's up to you for sure. Robbie says, have you done any videos on skin cell facials? No, not yet, but I'll put that down and see. Pam says, how do you rotate the vitamin C and the AC11? So vitamin C for me is always in the morning, Pam, and AC11, since it has that brown tint to it, I wear it at night. All right. Are you not using Dr. Dennis Gross pads anymore? You got me into it, as well as many other products. I love Dr. Dennis Gross. I love a lot of the stuff he does. His pads, his exfoliating pads have changed my skin. But at this time, I am not. I am using my Exuviance pads. But that does not mean that I'm not thoroughly obsessed with his pads still. What's your opinion on Timeless Vitamin C? I don't love it. Don't love it. Only able to use coconut oil. Okay, cool. Are you a licensed cosmetologist esthetician? Yes, I am, Jessica. Thank you, Janet, and thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So if there are no other questions, I just want to thank you all so much for your time, for being so active in the comment section, for being so kind to one another. I'm so sorry if I missed your question. I apologize. It's kind of going really fast. We have almost 400 people in here today, which I just feel so blessed. Thank you so, so much for spending a portion of your time with me. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate it. I want to address these last two things really quickly. Kathy asks, what are your thoughts on home glycolic peels, 5%, etc.? How do you feel they should be left on for, okay. High percentage at-home peels scare me. They really should be left on for no more than 2 minutes. They need to be neutralized. You have to be really careful with at-home peels. Dermalogica has some of the best at-home glycolic peels that I've ever tried, but I'm an esthetician. I know how to use them. Just be very careful. I would say if you're using any kind of peel, let's get it done in a doctor's office. They're not that expensive, and you're looked after by a professional, okay? Because what if you have some sort of reaction and you don't know how to deal with it? I mean, it can be a little concerning, but there are definitely reasons why people would do it. And then I'm going to answer this last question here too. What are your thoughts on P59? It is aggressive, guys. It is an aggressive toner. It's an aggressive product. I'll just be honest. I don't mean any ill will towards anybody that likes it. It's an aggressive product. It really should be used either once a week, or it should be used by people that are either normal to oily skin. This is where we get into the realm of overexfoliation. This is like the product by Tarte. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Knockout. It has so many high-level acids in it that it really should only be used by oily and combination skin, if at all, and once a week. I know a lot of people really love that, and I applaud you, but you got to be careful with those high-level acids, guys. Got to be level. All right. I'm not sure what's going on there with Tonya. I don't know. Same the way I feel. Becky P50. Same. That's what she said. It's P50. It's not P59. It's the same thing, guys. I misspoke, but that's what she meant to write in there. All right. We all can have opinions, you love bugs. We all can have opinions. I love it. That's okay. Just let's be kind. You are so welcome, Kimberly. Okay, so I said that was the last one that I will address, but here's my last one for sure. Okay, apologize. Sandy, if you didn't see the beginning of this where I talked about cacao oil, go back and watch it. We talked about cacao oil being aggressive. Yes. Okay, so I get this actually asked a lot, and it's by people saying, like, especially when I do my Ask the Doctor series, which is coming up again, which is I am confused by the difference in content. Can't even talk anymore. I am confused by the difference of opinions in advice. I get that, dude. Like, there are so many opinions out there by definitely people that have a lot of training, a lot of schooling. Like, I get it. I totally understand. But you're going to have to take all of those pieces of what people give you, right? And then make an informed decision on what you think is best for you. Okay? That's all that I ever am trying to do. I give you opposing views, especially opposing views from me. Because I want you to have that information and be educated and really feel empowered. Like, okay, but this, just like somebody said earlier, well, Retin-a is working for me. I've used it for 30 years. Fantastic. Like, that is awesome. And that's what we need, There are many dermatologists online that are going to have a very different opinion than me. So just see what resonates with you as a person, right? Just see what resonates with you. See what makes sense to you, your routine, your beliefs, the ways that you choose to conduct your skincare. And that's really with anything else in this world, isn't it? I mean, everybody takes a little bit from here and leaves the rest. Everybody takes a little bit from here and leaves the rest. And that's really what this is about. Take what you want, take what you really resonate with, and leave the rest. And that's what I do. So I hope that helps you. You are so welcome, my love. The tea. I never want to confuse you guys. And I know that skincare can be confusing. It really can be. And I don't want to add to that confusion. But I think I would do you a disservice by giving you a one-sided opinion. Okay? And I just don't think that anyone needs just a one-sided opinion, right? I think you would hope to have a lot of opinions. So, all right. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. All right, you guys, thank you again. I know I said I would end this a little while ago. I apologize. I will look into, like I said, the drunk elephant, and I'm going to write this down real quick. I don't have my pen, but the Drunk Elephant of Vegan Retinol and the Peter Thomas Roth ingredient list that you guys asked me about, the retinol by him. And I'll put it in the description box. Give me a few hours, guys, because right now what I'm going to go do is meet my family for lunch. And spend some time with my family, and then I will get into all of that by updating the description box with all the products and all of that good stuff as soon as she goes to sleep tonight. I appreciate you guys so much for the kind words. Kimberly, Paulette, Barbara, you guys are so awesome, and I am a fan of Paula's Choice, guys. And I just appreciate it. And I agree. I mean, it's so sad that the United States is so behind on product safety. And I can't wait for the day that they step up their game. And so that's why I go by the EU standards. So yes, so thank you again. I appreciate it. And I will see you all next week with fantastic new videos, I hope. If you guys have not caught up, the giveaway ends tomorrow. So for the biggest giveaway I've ever done. So catch up this week if you guys haven't seen the videos. They were coming in fast and furious this week, guys. They were coming in fast and furious. So again, thank you guys for sharing a part of your evening or your day or your morning or your afternoon, wherever you are in this world. And I will see you all next week. Love you guys so, so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys.